Hello everybody, welcome to Resinet, or welcome back to Resinet. If you're a subscriber, I would just want to say how much I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. So today I'm going to be using my pendant light molds. I don't want that in there. I'm going to be using my pendant light mold here to try something that would be more like for an ornament, okay? So we're going to try to see if we can make this a bit lighter and still give it a really pretty effect that probably would be more for Christmas time, I guess. But I can't get it off of my mind that I want to give this a try, so I'm going to go ahead and try it. So what I'm going to do, I've got Jade Diction made up for my resin. I've got about 1 ounce into this little paper cup. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a bit of this. This is diamond dust. Okay, you can get this at Michael's or probably Hobby Lobby. I know it's on Amazon. It's available most places. So I'm going to go in with about, oh gosh, I think about that much. Yeah, just about that much. I don't want it to be too heavy. So what I want to do is I'm going to stir this in really well. Okay, and let this kind of set for a minute. Some of the sparkles on there. And I don't really want any micro bubbles in this. I need to dig out my little resin bubble machine from Resiners. I just haven't had, I don't know, just haven't had the chance, and I'm still trying to debate if I shouldn't open it and maybe I should send it back and actually get a bigger machine that I can put projects in. But I know some of you have said that it works great, but that if you did it over again, or some of you already have a vacuum chamber or a pressure pot, that you would prefer using that. So anyway, because of those reasons, and I thank you for all of your comments and things on that, I haven't opened mine because I'm still debating. I'm thinking, gosh, it's the thing that really appealed to me was that it's the size, really. It was just small. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've got my lid. I'm going to start out here with my lid, pour a bit, spray one little bit of alcohol in there. Not a bunch, but a little bit, because I've got that little tiny spot down there that's made for the hanger. And I'm going to pour this in about, let's see here, about two. I'm only going to leave maybe about 1/8 of an inch or so at the top, okay? So I'm going to let that sit for a second. Do the same thing in here. There's not a lot of spots for bubbles to form in there, but I'm going to just go ahead and do it anyway to get around here. This very bottom part where there's little grooves down in there, where bubbles are going to form, if they're going to, probably. So I'm going to do the same thing. Now what I want to do on this, since I want to make this lighter, I'm only going to come up to about the top of this center piece, okay? So once you get past that, then you start forming the bottom base, and that's actually quite thick. I want to say maybe about 1 inch or so. So I'm thinking that maybe what we want to do is not go all the way there. I don't want a base on it, okay? So I'm going to have it open in the center as if you were doing a bell with a hollow center. And I think that could really lighten up this if you wanted to use it for an ornament. Be really a pretty gift, or maybe if you're doing craft markets or something. So I've given this quick stir. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour this in here to the top. Make sure I don't have any bubbles down in here first. Didn't really look at that. Okay. And then I'm going to let some of this sink through. Hopefully just kind of slowly, but I want it to go all the way to the top. Okay, so there's that. And then we've got the rest that's in here. We're going to do the same, kind of pour down the center. Let this kind of go around. And hope that some of it will sink in. Okay, so that's as far as I'm going to go because I'm not quite to the top, but it's pretty close. Okay, so now I'm going to take one of my little coffee stir sticks here, and I'm just going to kind of mix it just a little ways down, not all the way. Give it maybe a little chance to kind of sink just part way down. Okay, there we go. And same with this little lid here. The same. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to give these both a quick spray of alcohol. Get these bubbles out. They're kind of starting to rise up. All right, so now we're going to just let this cure. I want this to cure round, so I'll probably prop something up on both sides. And somebody actually recommended, they said, what if you just put a rubber band around it? And you know, I know that I brought a rubber band in here to try that because I thought, gosh, how simple. That makes perfect sense. But what did I do with it? I do have some string. I don't know if that would do the same, but we could try it. I've got some twine here. See if we can just try tying this in a bow and see if we can get the same effect. Kind of get it a bit more round. There we go. Yeah, that seemed to really help. Kind of hard to do this with gloves on, but not too hard. Okay, there we go. All right, that seems like it. Well, did I make it tight enough? Maybe I didn't. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to set this over and let it cure, and this one too, and then when they're done, we'll be back. And we'll unmold them and put this together. Okay, I will see you then. Hello everybody, I am back and this is all completely cured. I'm excited to see what it's going to look like. It still feels like it might be a bit heavy for an ornament, but that's all right. I want to give it a try anyway. I'm going to go ahead and break the seal around this little lid. And it's going to need a bit of alcohol in there. I just really love these, this mold as the pendant lights. It's probably one of my new very favorite molds. Just pull that off of there like that. Nice and clear. No bubbles or anything in that. Usually I go ahead and I put my little clasp in here. This is pretty hard. I kind of waited. This is really well cured. Usually I demold it a little sooner, but I can just heat this little area here. That's not going to be a problem. And go ahead and put my clasp in there. And put some alcohol in here too. Gotta get down inside of there. Oops. Go. But you see here, we just had barely enough. We could have gone up just a hair more, but it would have started, I don't know, kind of curving in. But excited to see what this would look like. And I think it's also the right size if we wanted to put one of those little lights in here. Let me see. Let me see. Here, this is the light that we used for the lamp. The same kind of these. And oh my gosh, I think it's going to fit just right in there. But first, let's put this on. Okay, that's pretty. And see, it's hollow in the middle. So actually, this did kind of close in just a bit, which might be just right for this light. Oh gosh, look at that, you guys. Fits perfectly in there. Doesn't come out the bottom because it just barely started closing around this part. We went right up to this little edge here. And so all that did was make a little shelf for our light. And that was not planned at all. So let me see. I don't know if this is going to be too thick for the remote to work through this. But let's try it. Oh my gosh. I was thinking the fairy lights, but this would be even better probably. Okay, here's red. Let's turn the lights off a bit. Oh gosh, look at that. How pretty would this be? You could probably hang it on a tree, especially if you had an artificial tree. It's a little weighty. I will weigh it. It's a lot lighter than it would have been if we would have put the other, gosh, inch of solid resin across the bottom. And look at that. You don't even really need it. But how pretty is that? It just lights right up the top. And it's nice having this little remote. There we go. We can change it to green. Very pretty. It's going to get the blue. What do you guys think about that? That opens a whole new door of like a Christmas ornament, or make it for your table display. You could do all kinds of things like that. Put your little clasp on here, and then, gosh, go ahead and put a Christmas ornament on it or a ribbon. But how pretty. Sure, there we go. That's pretty too. Pink. All kinds of colors. There's kind of it says orange, but it looks just kind of like a warm light. Really, really pretty. I haven't made one in just clear like this before, so I actually am really liking it. Really, really liking it. It just says yellow, but it's kind of more of a white, it looks like. Yeah, but I think with a fresh battery in this little light here, it would change a lot quicker. But anyway, yeah, so much fun. Okay, well, I am going to see about finding my heat gun so we can heat this, and then we'll go ahead and put the clasp in it. And yeah, another thing you can do is use your little handheld drills, which I've got one of those too, and maybe we'll try that. All right, I will be back here as soon as I get all my supplies together. All right, I'll be back soon. Hello, everybody. Okay, I am back with this next part, and I decided instead of heating this little tip here, that instead we're just going to go ahead and use the little hand drill. Okay, this just comes from Amazon, and it's I think it comes in the like in the jewelry area, but it was really easy to find. It comes with a little case with several different sizes. So I'm starting out with one of the smaller tips here. I'm finding the center. See if this is going to zoom in on that. There's like, see this little hollowed out area here of this little pendant light with the lid. Okay, so I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to just find the center. I'm going to get something started. It works really easily. You can see the resin coming up out of there. Now, you don't want to be breathing this. Right now, it's not flying all around. It's just staying right there, okay? But you definitely don't want to breathe it in. So I'm going to take a little bit of a damp, take some alcohol spray here, just on a paper towel. I'm going to kind of wipe this off as I go, okay? And so that's about all I'm going to do with that size. Now I'm going to take this one out, and I'm going to go up a size. Or this might be going up a couple sizes. This little tool, super easy to use. It's kind of like a like one of those screwdrivers that you can change the tips, you know. But you gotta be careful, it can get lost in there. Then you just kind of tighten it up by turning this around the center clockwise to close it up. You just want to kind of keep it in the center here. Okay, I'm just going to turn it really tight. Close up here isn't very pretty of my fingernails. I need to go in and get them done. Okay, so then you're just I'm gonna keep going here. It's actually a pretty quick process. I'm kind of going a little bit slower since I'm showing you what I would do. It's about that thick. You can see we're almost all the way through to the, oh, we actually are all the way through to the other side, and that gave very little effort. Okay, it's not like you're having to push hard or anything. It just kind of does the work for you. Okay, and now I'm going to just do one more. Take that out. I'm going to go in with a little bit bigger here. This is one of the wider ones. But this is one reason why I really like doing this while my project is still warm, because you can just get that bail in there with no problem. Okay, so this one's a really thick tip here. I'm going to try to get this right in the center. So I don't want to crack my resin. Just want to kind of go right through the middle. Look how quick and easy that is, really. Really simple. And this has been sitting cured for, gosh, 4 or 5 days. So look at that hole we got. Okay, quick and easy. And now my bail should go right through there. Put all my little tools away. A lot of you probably, if you do jewelry or any other kinds of crafts that you need this kind of thing, then I'm sure that you already know how to do all this. But for those of you who have never used one, you can see super easy. You don't need you certainly don't need an electric drill or even a battery operated drill. These work really well. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a bail and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I got my bails out here together and I was trying to decide if I wanted to do silver or gold. But I think for this particular one, I am actually going to do silver. Okay, and I've got in this little box that came from Amazon, comes with a few different sizes. I don't know if this one has really big. It's got some really small ones. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to use the bigger size of this. Are these the same? Those are the same. So we will just go ahead and use this one. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this apart. These little claw hooks are super nice. I see my hole down in there. I don't know if that's going to, if I got that completely centered, and if not, it shouldn't make a whole lot of difference. Just going to pinch it closed. And you can use your little jewelry tools to pinch it in really, really tight too. A little black case out that's got like these little pliers and things in here. See if that, I think I have some needle nose ones somewhere too, but I'm going to just take that and squish that in. There we go, nice and tight. Now I don't have to worry about this coming apart. I get it in there all the way. Oops. Definitely squeeze this easier than you can just with your fingers. So you've got a pretty good grip on there, and now it's on there nice and snug. Another thing that I did is I took a just a little piece of ribbon that I found, this really tiny little ribbon, and I just put it into a bow. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the ends, get it about where I want it here. And you can take a little lighter if you've got one and just quickly singe off the ends if you're worried about it fraying. But I thought it would be pretty to go ahead and add this here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a tiny bit of UV resin, just the tiniest little dot here. Just literally a dot. I'm going to put that on there. And then just see if I can use my black light here to get it to cure. Okay, that didn't take very long. Okay, I think that's good. It's on there pretty good. It's not going anywhere. Okay, so now look at this. We've got this beautiful little ornament. So cute. And so now, one of the things here, let me zoom this out a bit. There we go. One of the things I noticed, I was having trouble. I thought my battery was going dead because I kept trying to change the colors. But I realized then that these little lights, you actually want to have the remote facing the top, okay? And then it works a lot quicker, a lot easier, a lot quicker. Personally, I just really kind of like this. It's really pretty, kind of a soft light. But look at, you could hang this up. It's just so pretty. And then if you had like a little bit of a fancy, fancier ornament holder, it would just really be pretty. So also I noticed one of my viewers had asked me about the weight. So let me grab one of my other things here real quick. So here is this one that we did in the orange. Now, this has the fairy lights in it. And I gotta say, I'm actually really kind of partial to this really easy little light that we put in. And you can see here, see the difference in size? By cutting off and just doing just to the rim of this, you're saving about, I would say, a good inch. Pretty close anyway. That'd be pretty close to a full inch of resin that you're saving. You could also take, these are made for sun catchers and things, wind chimes and sun catchers. You can get these really pretty inexpensive on Amazon. And you could actually use this as well for an ornament holder. And you would have a nice kind of heavy duty way to hang it too. But there it is. Let me know what you guys think of this. And if you want me to, I can get a weight difference in both of these to see, as far as like if you want to use one for an ornament, what the difference would be in the weight, okay? This one's, you know, neither one feel terribly heavy to me, but I feel like if I put this one on a Christmas tree, unless you're going to put it far back where the branch is thicker, I feel like it would definitely kind of weight down your branch. It would, yeah. This one, you know, on the other hand, is a little heavier, but not too bad. So now on this, if you want to push the fade button on this little remote, if you end up with these same lights, you can see here that it just kind of fades in and out to each color. And that is actually really pretty as well. Show you here. You can see, get these, turn these lights down. But isn't that just so pretty? I don't know if I even realized that it did that. I hadn't really played around with the remote too much, but so pretty, so pretty. All right, you guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if you'd like me to get weights on these. I think somebody had asked me to do that before, and I can't remember exactly if it was this particular mold that they wanted the weights on. Anyway, let me know in the comments, and let me know what you think of this. I'm so excited for Christmas time now. This really just makes me excited to try a lot of these new ideas. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you had fun with this project. I hope it inspires you and encourages you to think outside the box and be creative. And I appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you all next time. Actually, I came back just really quick because I decided that you might want to see what happens with this type of a light inside of these. They do fit. And let's see if it fits. Should still fit with the lid down in it. It does. And this might make a difference. It's definitely a lot easier than winding this fairy light up and trying to get it inside. So let's see what happens with this one. And get it to turn on. I think my battery is going a little bit dead. Okay, here it is on the fade color with this one. And definitely pretty too, even though this has got the orange color to it. Definitely still really pretty. Yeah, really pretty. And let me really quick get our kind of our crackle glass looking one out. Now here's this one that we did with all of the little, clear cabochons in this one. Okay. Do you remember right? Really looks like crackle glass to me. And let's go ahead and put this in here, in this clear one, and see how that one does. Here's the comparison of just clear resin. Gosh, turn my lights back on, I guess. Here's the comparison of the clear resin that we just did. Okay, has just a hint of diamond dust in it. And here's this one with the clear cabochons. Okay, there's the difference between the two. And I bet this is going to be really pretty down in here. Put that in there. There we go. And here's this, how this looks with that. Wow, you guys, how pretty. Really, really pretty. Yeah, there's just no wrong light, I think, to put in here. It's just, these are just a really fun and amazing project to do. But for me personally, I am finding out that I prefer this style of light over these. Okay, now these come with the kit, and you know, you get 6. At least the mold that I order comes with 6 of these, so I'm not complaining. It's always nice to have little, you know, fairy lights to do something with, that's for sure. But for these particular molds, I'm definitely fond of this light. And yeah, just a little something added extra that I wanted to do in comparison there. All right, thank you. I will see you here next time.